Hey, it's Sunday, Mustang Rebuilder here. Yeah, this time we're actually going to get back to the Vic, the one I bought at Copart's. So we had some interesting things happen behind the scenes. Okay, first I told you that the battery was dead on the car when we jumped it and brought it home. Okay, that was no problem. We went and got a new battery. These are just some things you have to be aware of when you buy a car from an auction. Okay, especially like Copart. I even went to look at the car and I moved the car back and forth. I can't drive the car around, but I can put it in drive and reverse and try that stuff. And by mileage and all, I thought everything was pretty good. Now on the way home, I only had to drive a couple of miles, right? So I had that battery issue, put it in, the car made it fine. But after I got the battery in it and decided, so let's drive it for about 5 miles and see what happens. We had a engine check light come on. We also had the overdrive light started flashing and the car started running like crap. Okay? And it was only about after 5 miles. So made it home, shut her off, cleared the codes. Didn't even want to look up the codes. I cleared everything. Drove it again, brought it over to a buddy of mine's house who happens to be a Ford aficionado. He's a retired fireman too. Put it on his snap-on scanner, okay, and the codes had come up. And the codes were coming up on no transmission codes, but because I was having some transmission issues while driving there when the overdrive light and stuff like that. It was like hard to explain, like it had a stall converter in it, to where it would rev up for a second and catch, and so like it was slipping in first gear, and then that would go away, and then it would be hard to shift into third gear, and then that problem would go away. It was just doing all kind of funky stuff, but the motor was running kind of shaky too all of a sudden. All right, so when we put it on his scanner, we didn't come up with any transmission codes. What we came up with was misfire codes. Okay, and what he was telling me is this: before I go searching for a transmission and worrying about that, he said, correct the misfire code problems first. Get the motor running right. And he said because the computer starts reading about the engine was struggling, so then the transmission was getting bad signals from the computer, yada yada. Okay, hey, I'm used to old school stuff, so I'm learning along with you. Okay, so he told me fix all the engine issues, and then we'll recheck to see if we have any transmission issues after. Why pay for a transmission or look for a used tranny when there may not even be any transmission problems in the first place, all right? So I pressure washed the car like I told you I was going to do. So today we're going to deal with that, and I'll show you the codes, all right? So let me turn this around. I'll show you the car after it was pressure washed and what we're dealing with on the body, even though the body will be the last things I do. The first thing I'm going to do is get the car running mechanically. Okay? Anyway, when we turn it around, we'll show you. All right, here we are with the Vic. It's been pressure washed, and I used Ajax, but I used a non-abrasive Ajax, okay? It took off all that concrete dust and a lot of old wore out stuff that was on this paint. Remember, this is a municipality car. That means from a city, okay? But we did find some problems with the paint underneath, okay? And I went to the city garage and I talked to some guys there. And they said Fords were notorious for the paint coming off, that you could tell it's coming off down to like the factory primer down in here. And basically the top parts of this car, from the top of the fenders, the hood, the deck lid, and the roof, all have these issues. Not as bad as the hood. The hood's the worst spot, okay? But I ran my hand along the car and I checked the car down for dents and stuff like that. The car is actually, you know, pretty slick. I'm sure it's had some dents here and there. There's a little bit of waving right there on the door, just a little bit, but stuff that I'll correct, okay? So when I do plan to paint the car, I remember I told you in the last video that I was gonna paint some black hood, black roof and all. No, I'm not gonna do that. And I was gonna use a single stage paint. I talked to some guys and said, hey, you know, go back to my old school way. Don't do that. Let's just go with two-stage. Okay, it's just about the same price. The car looked like $1 million when I'm done with it, and it won't be like a Mako paint job. I'm going to do better than that. All right, I'm going to pull the bumpers, pull the grill, pull the lights out. I'll pull the door handles out. I'll leave the window trim on, but I will pull the door handles. I'll take the bumper off. I will, excuse the background noise, my neighbor's mowing. I'll take the taillights out, the rear bumper off. I'll take this back plate off. I'll take off the simple stuff, the antenna and stuff. But as far as the trim, I looked real hard. You can tell this car's been painted before, you know, through the municipality. It's got a little bit of white stuff here. I'll clean that off and I'll tape under it, and believe it, it'll come out good. Because let's be real, okay? Bought the car for $1,000. Okay, I got with fees and all 14 something in it. I'm not gonna put a $5,000 paint job on a car that's only worth the max $3,500, maybe $4,000 when I'm done, right? That'd be kind of stupid math, right? So I'm gonna make it look real nice for whoever buys this car. Will get a really nice Vic out of the deal. They will get a really good paint job, okay? And I'll take the side moldings off and I'll clean them and I'll paint them again, put them back on. I'll take that trim off the bottom. I'll take that off. The rims will be repainted, a gloss black. I'll make a video on that too or whatever. But I'll probably try to look for a used police. My brother came by with his truck a little while ago, gave me some ideas. We'll go to the police depot or whatever, see if I can get a used console, right? And take out the factory radio. Let me show you here. I've learned that putting aftermarket radios from fellow YouTubers and all that, sometimes when you take out this and put it in aftermarket, it fits in nice. Once it's in, the only way to get it back out is you got to take apart the whole dash. I don't want to do that to somebody. So what I will do probably is take out this radio, and he has a brand new, I think it's a Garmin GPS system that's flat, and I put it up here, and god dang, it fits nicely right there. So I may do that and have the GPS there, because his has it to where it receives text off your phone. It's Bluetooth. You can talk through it and you have your GPS right there, which would be pretty nice. Then I'll mount a radio down here like the police cars have, but it'll be a regular radio down here on a console or in a console. I think that'd be a good deal. And then, you know, I told you I was going to make this like a Punisher car, which I'll probably try to put some kind of props in here or something like that, to where maybe have a pistol holster or something in it, and maybe something in the back in the trunk for a shotgun or something, you know. Hey, we might use a Nerf, you know, prop gun or whatever, but and then we'll maybe put some, I told you I'd do the Punisher decal on the front, maybe on the hood, the Punisher series I seen on, I'll go into Pinterest on some YouTube, some photographs on Pinterest, that there was a big like sheriff's type deal with a motto from the Punisher. I forget what it was, but that might be nice to put on there. Or I'll just airbrush or paint, or have somebody make me a vinyl just for the hood with the a good looking Punisher skull. And that's about it. I'll make it still look like a police car, but we'll trick it out a little. And if you got any suggestions, hey, comment, like, put it in there. I answer everything you put, as long as it's a good comment. You know, if it's negative, go somewhere else, like I always tell you. Okay. Let me show up this video for a second. We'll start it up again, because I'm going to show you what the codes that are coming up on this. Okay. Okay. We had an engine check light. So I got out the Harbor Freight scan tool. This is cheap from Harbor Tate. I don't know if this is 50, 60 bucks, but you know what? It seems to work all right. And it says I got 10 codes stored. And it looks like the code P0308. That means, it's telling me cylinder 8, misfire detected. Okay. Let's say DTC severity 2 of 3, repair immediately if drivability issues. And yeah, we got some drivabilities. Okay. Repair immediately. Let's see. What else we got here? Well, so we have a bunch stored. Work with me. 10 to 10. 307. Oh, look at that. Cylinder 7 misfire detected. So we got 8 and 7. Oh, we got 6 misfire detected. Okay. And we have 2. So we have 2, 6, 7, 8 misfire detected. And random misfire detected. System 2 lean, bank 2. Cylinder 7 misfire. Cylinder 6. Random misfire. So what is this telling us? Basically generic, telling us this thing is running like a piece of crap because we have misfires. Either it's the plugs or the coils. Okay, let's go around. Hang with me. Maybe we can get this hood open one-handed. Try not to bore you guys today. Okay. Oh look, I power washed in here too. We still got a little residue left from that Ajax stuff, whatever, from power washing, but everything's cleaned up pretty damn well. And the engine, I don't like working on dirty engines. Oh, she's clean. Amazing. Remarkable. And look, this one still has the factory cover over the throttle body. Okay. The motor, just by listening to it, if you listen real hard, you could tell it's missing, but it's not shaking real bad. But you see it's fluctuating. You can hear it. It's hard to hear it. Who knows if it's coming on this video or not. So, what I have done, my buddy told me, he says, hey, if you're going to change the coils and the plugs, change them all. No sense going through the trouble of changing just the ones that were bad and leaving some old stuff in there. I'm going to change them all. Okay? Now, the next video I'll show you is when we go to do it. I'm not going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to show you me starting how to do it. But I'll put links on how to, other guys that make some fantastic videos on how to change the plugs and coil packs on this. But what I will tell you in the next video is, I went to Rock Auto and I ordered the parts. And I'll tell you if it's worth a flip. Because I went to my local auto parts store, which is O'Reilly's. I didn't use the mechanic discount, and I priced the difference between me ordering off of Rock Auto or buying here locally and buying the good stuff, not the crap. Holy Toledo, was there a freaking difference in price. Rock Auto was really good, so we're going to see. And then I'll share it exactly with you in the next video, okay? So that's all today. The Vic, like I say, is a very straight Vic. Basically, a couple little ways here and there, probably from prior repair. You know, it's a city car, so they didn't want to, you know, you're not going to make a great car out of it. But no rust on the Vic that I could find. I haven't put it on a lift yet, but what I've looked at, God, somebody up north, it's on the east, would love this car because it's, look, even the steering knuckles down there, look at that, the steering shaft, see it? Look at that son of a gun. It looks like it's brand new, clean as a whistle. There's no rust on anything. The A-frames, nothing. Okay, no rust on the inner fenders, none of that. So, this car will make a great car for somebody up north or east. Well, let's call it a day. God bless you all. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And you know what? I look forward to any of you guys' help, recommendations on this, what I shouldn't do. Anyway, it's a journey all of us will make on it, okay? Have a blessed Mother's Day today, so I can't spend much time with you. I'm kind of sneaking out. I'm going to take the wife out in the Mustang today. All right? God bless you all. And thanks again. I've had over 20,000 views to the channel. I'm really blessed by you guys. Have a great one.